Have you ever experienced this? Someone tries to humiliate you publicly or makes sharp jokes at your expense. Perhaps you have found yourself in a situation where your virtues were trampled for someone's momentary benefit or self-assertion. How to earn respect from those who are used to trampling on other people's feelings. In this video, we will detail effective psychological techniques that will help you not only gracefully handle any unpleasant situation, but also earn sincere respect from others. First of all, let's delve deeper into why such situations arise in our lives. Surprisingly, it is often completely unrelated to personal animosity. Some people simply do not know how to assert themselves other than by belittling others. Such toxic behavior can be encountered everywhere, from office teams to supposedly friendly groups where someone constantly tries to raise their authority at the expense of others. Especially often this happens in collectives where there is no clear hierarchy or where there is an implicit competition for attention and recognition. To earn respect, what does it really mean in the modern world? We are not talking about asserting your authority or demonstrating superiority, but about establishing healthy interpersonal boundaries and learning to defend them. It is important to understand that respect starts with self-respect and the ability to react properly to attempts to violate it. In particularly toxic cases, it is really worth considering distancing yourself from negative environments. But before resorting to such radical measures, let's consider effective ways to respond to disrespectful behavior. Let's start with the fact that first impressions really matter in shaping how you are perceived. Your posture, gestures, gaze, all of this is read by the interlocutor in the first few seconds of meeting. Always stand up for greetings and handshakes. Maintain confident eye contact. By sitting or lowering your eyes when meeting someone, you inadvertently put yourself in a submissive position. Your posture and gaze should exude calm confidence from the first moment of interaction. This creates a solid foundation for further respectful communication. In situations where someone tries to interrupt you or devalue your opinion, it is extremely effective to use the power of a calm but firm gaze. Fix a confident gaze on the interlocutor and gently, but resolutely, steer the conversation back to a constructive track. Let me finish my thought, or I would like to complete my idea. This elegantly demonstrates your boundaries without displaying aggression or weakness. This approach shows your emotional maturity and ability to manage the dialogue. When faced with inappropriate jokes or attempts to ridicule you, use the technique of asking for clarification. Pretend you didn't hear or didn't understand the joke. Ask to repeat or explain. This is an incredibly effective technique because a repeated joke almost always loses its sharpness, and the need to explain inappropriate humor puts the jokester in an extremely awkward position. Moreover, such a reaction demonstrates your emotional superiority and invulnerability to attempts to hurt your feelings. When dealing with blatant provocations, use the technique of unexpectedly changing the topic of conversation. Suddenly ask something completely unrelated to the situation. For example, by the way, do you know a good place for lunch nearby? Or what is this interesting painting on the wall? This technique effectively knocks the ground out from under the feet of the provocateur, destroying their confrontation strategy. It is important to do this naturally, as if you are genuinely interested in the answer to your question. And finally, most importantly, remember that no one is obliged to respect you, but you are absolutely not obliged to tolerate disrespect and toxic behavior towards you. If the situation does not change despite all your attempts to set healthy boundaries, it is better to just walk away. This is not a sign of weakness or defeat. It is a manifestation of high self-respect and a clear understanding of your own worth. Sometimes the wisest step is the ability to break away from toxic relationships and surround yourself with people who naturally show respect and value your presence in their lives. How do you deal with such situations in your life? Share your experience in the comments. Perhaps your stories and observations will help other viewers learn how to more effectively defend their boundaries. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to not miss new materials on personal development, communication psychology, and building healthy relationships with others.